Hey, nice girls, how are we doing tonight? Nice girl Jen here, ready to kick off. Technically Girl Talk Tuesday, but we had to postpone it yesterday because I had some things that I wasn't ready on. But welcome, how are you doing today? Please say hello, let me know where you're tuning in from. Feel free to share this for other women entrepreneurs to see. And we're gonna get started today because, as we know, hey Maribel, thanks for joining. As you know, the new year is right around the corner, right? And every time this year comes around, I think you know what everybody does. We start thinking about what we're going to accomplish the upcoming year, maybe even reflect on what we've accomplished this year, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that stuff. But I wanted to talk about a particular subject that in our Nice Girls group, in our membership group, and in our chat, we were discussing the other day about clutter. And as I put in the title of this live, I'm not talking about just the junk that's in your closet or your drawers or whatever that you need to get rid of from your house, although it would be a good idea to get rid of all of that too. But as we go into the new year, it's time to get rid of all of the clutter that you have. And it's not about the materialistic things. And this is what I want to share with you today, because I truly believe this is a major factor in what's going to determine your success in whatever endeavor you're trying to do. And if you're watching this, I'm assuming you're a woman entrepreneur, you have some type of business, whether you're just starting out or it's starting to grow and take off. So it's really important that you do get rid of your clutter. And I'm going to share with you why and what I'm talking about. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself constantly struggling. Maybe you've been struggling and you don't understand why. And of course, there could be many, many factors, but I want to talk about this one that I truly believe is very important. It is one that when I have done myself has helped me tremendously. And I want to share that with you. So I'm not talking about materialistic things. What I'm talking about is even decluttering what's in your mind and getting rid of all of the distractions, because there's a lot of distractions. And if you are currently using social media to promote your business, then you know there's a lot of distractions. There's always different methods to doing things, a new idea that's out that you want to try, and even a new social media platform, right? How many of you jumped and ran to go join Clubhouse when it came on? How many of you are actually doing something with it? Probably small few. And I'm not talking about doing something with it as you're just listening on people's conversations, okay? So why do you need to declutter what's going on in your mind? Let me share with you what all of that clutter does. First of all, one, it creates roadblocks and challenges. So it gives you too many obstacles, too many hurdles, too many walls to climb over to get past in order to see any type of progress. That's one thing that it does. And when you have too many obstacles in the way, too many hurdles to jump, it slows you down from making the necessarily or taking the necessary action that you should and seeing that progress. It's going to draw out that process of seeing any significant growth. Number two, it causes fear. Those what ifs start creeping in. Which way is going to be the best way or even the right way? Hey, Linda, thanks for joining. Thanks for coming on live. What's going to be the right way? Can I handle this? You know, that fear of, wow, this sounds all great and dandy. Can I even do this? Like, am I even good enough for this? Will it just lead to failure? So that's the second thing it does, is it will cause fear. The third thing is going to prevent focus. Now, you probably know this, but if you don't, the acronym for focus is follow one course until successful. And if you keep all that clutter in your mind, it is impossible to be able to focus. It is impossible to be able to follow that one course. And no focus equals no fortune, as far as I'm concerned. Because when I work with clients and I hear about what they've done throughout the months or the years and where they're at and what they didn't accomplish and what their struggles were, they were unable to focus on one clear direction. So getting rid of the mental clutter is extremely important. I would say more important than even just the clutter around you in your house, because you need to know exactly where you're going. Material clutter is pretty obvious. So let me talk about what the mental clutter is. Okay, let me just give you some examples. Trainings. I want you to think about this for a minute. Yes, even all of the videos I have on my YouTube channel, okay? So I'm not putting anybody down or any industry, but listen, okay? Hear me out. Trainings, seminars, classes, online master classes, et cetera, all of those things and events you've attended, and think about this, how many ideas and notes and methods and new techniques have you learned about and written down in notepads? Like, how many have you taken notes on? Tons and tons of notes. And do you ever find yourself, remembering them and reflecting on them and maybe even referencing them? Yes. Do you ever even just keep any of those notes around? I'm curious. Like, do you throw them in a drawer and one day you're like, gosh, things are really hard right now and I can't seem to recruit anybody and I can't seem to sell anything and what should I do? Or, oh, you know what? Didn't I attend that one event where I wrote down how to write the perfect email or the 4 keys to my mindset that I need to have in order to succeed and blah, 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 blah. How many of those do you keep in a drawer somewhere or even reference? And again, going back to one of my first points is that it causes fear of now, which is the right way? Like, this woman said this and it sounded amazing and she's successful. This guy said this and I know he's got a huge following and he's doing big things. Which way do I go? And this is what that clutter is doing to your mind and how it's preventing your success. So, do you have any idea how all of those different philosophies and the tactics that you've learned have been clouding your mind this whole entire time? And the reason why I even throw my videos in there is because one thing that I really always strive to do is that, yes, like right now we're talking more on a mindset, personal development issue, right? Topic. But I strive to give out information, simple information and tips to help you on things you can actually implement. But if you spend all of your time watching, let's just say just my videos, and now you're like, well, now where do I start? If you have too much clutter in your mind because you're thinking, well, Jen did say this, but then I do remember this one lady one time on Facebook Live doing that. It's too much. It's too much. You have to get rid of all of that if you're ever going to have that straight, narrow focus and be able to focus. So this is what you need to do. You need to decide to believe in one way to be able to have a clear plan of action steps that you're going to take and what you're going to execute, a code that you're going to live by. It's like, okay, let's use religion or spiritual belief. You can't say, well, I guess you can, and there's probably people that do, but you can't say, I believe in, let's just say what the Bible says, but then I also equally believe in what Buddhist says. And I also equally believe it. Okay, what direction are you going here? Like, everything's contradicting each other. Some things maybe collide. What are you doing? You have no clear focus. And think of your business and even just your life passion in the same kind of way. You need to decide what you're truly going to believe in is going to be the way. And I'm not saying down the road you discover, you know what, I think this would be a new, more effective way to go about it from this point on. Yes, but as you're traveling down this path, you are staying focused. And when you stay focused, you're able to execute more than you're able to do when your mind is full of clutter on which way do I go. So have you guys ever read, I think it's in Think and Grow Rich, but I always think of the Law of Success. But Napoleon Hill said you have to have a definite chief aim. I'm a firm believer in that. If you're going to be successful, you have to have a definite chief aim. Okay? And this is what that means if you're new to this. A definite chief aim is going to give you a major, not some minor little thing you want to do or wishful thinking, a major purpose and will give you clarity, because everything you do, does it align and is it going to take me to that destination? What is it that you want to achieve? Clarity means that you're eliminating the clutter in your mind. Ta-da! And it helps you put everything into perspective. It creates that rhino vision or that laser focus, right? I do too. Honestly, you could throw all the other books out the window. I don't, just get rid of them. And if you just read The Law of Success, I believe that's pretty much all you need. But it's a clear picture in your mind of precisely what you want in life. Okay. And regardless of the industry, the arena, whatever, it is a clear picture in your mind of precisely what you want in life. And I find too many business owners not having that clear focus. The ones that do are the ones that keep growing and making new things happen. The ones that don't are constantly, month after month, year after year, still trying to figure out, where am I going? What do I really want? Is this the right vehicle for me to use to get there? Yada, yada, yada. Okay. So you can use this definite chief aim in overall life, which I would suggest. But even if you're thinking about, me and the nice girls were talking about doing holiday promotions and putting those plans in place and stuff like that. Even having that clear, exact destination on where you're trying to go with your promotions or what you're trying to achieve helps get rid of the clutter, so you're not distracted and jumping on doing different things. You can't do that. And so in order to be able to get past the roadblocks that you keep having, the fear that keeps creeping in, you need to get rid of all of the clutter. What is going to be the way that's going to help you get from point A to point B in your business? Because it's not the new exciting online trend. And that's another thing. And I know maybe people think that I can be a little cynical. I'm not saying you shouldn't jump on trends if it's going to help get you traction on social media. But what I'm saying is, why are you doing the things that you do? Does it line up with your core principles? Does it line up with taking you where you want to take your business? Ask yourself that, because honestly, if it doesn't, why are you doing it? Why are you wasting your time? I can't tell you how many people I talk to that's like, 1 minute they're trying to push this product, the next minute they're pushing that. 1 minute they're trying to go about it. Oh my gosh, like, what are the attraction? They're jumping on the attraction marketing. That's a perfect example. Attraction marketing bandwagon. And I've said this before. Marketing is about attracting. So stop going off track and getting distracted by jumping on what you think you don't know about, which is attraction marketing. When, guys, it's a repackaged regular marketing. Marketing is about attracting. If your marketing is not attracting people, you're not marketing. You are, I don't know what you're doing. Nothing. You're doing nothing. Just put the phone away and go find a cool series to watch and focus on that, or read a book, because don't fall for those little schemes and those little cute taglines and whatever. Your marketing is to attract people. So to repackage it and call it attraction marketing, and now all of a sudden you find yourself buying a $3,000 program because you better know attraction marketing or you're not going to make it, guys. They've got you fooled. They're going to probably just teach you marketing. Not probably, they will, because I've talked to many reps and I don't see them around anymore. I don't see people pushing attraction marketing anymore. Probably because people caught on that this is a bunch of crap. And at the end of the day, it's just marketing. Okay. It's like if I said, hey guys, you want to learn how to do attraction sales? You're like, what? Like, Jen, sales? Like, we closing people? Yeah, you're doing sales, but are you doing closing sales? Because that's why you're not closing anybody, because you're not doing the closing sales. You're just doing sales. Well, I thought the whole point of sales was to close. It is. But I'm going to call it this, and you're going to think you're missing out. But if you can declutter your mind of everything that's on there trying to pull you this way and that way, and you can just stay focused on where you're trying to go and not get distracted and put on those blinders, you'll be able to get there much faster. Even if you do fail and you mess some things up, you'll be able to get there much faster than trying 18 different ways. Does that make sense? Good. Good, Linda. Thank you for sharing that. You're welcome. And I'm going to go ahead and talk probably more on this as the month goes on, because you're going to have a lot of clutter in your mind now that the holiday seasons are rolling around. So, and by the way, if you're watching this, whether you're in my group or you're not, if you haven't planned holiday sales and promotions yet, you better get on it. This is your reminder right now. You better get on it ASAP or you're going to miss out. And if you haven't even thought of putting that together yet and haven't even started promoting, it's probably, I can almost guarantee, you got way too much clutter in your mind. Pretty sure. So anyways, sometimes you just have to get off social media so you can not keep flooding your mind with things that are irrelevant and not going to help you. Okay? Thank you, ladies, so much for joining live. Make sure to share this, give it a like. Thanks for saying hello if you're catching the replay. If you need help with holiday promotions, or if you need help with your marketing that's going to attract, or sales even, then go to nicegirlsfinishlast.inc.com. We'll set up a call to discuss and see what your options are. But thank you so much for watching, ladies. I'll talk to you soon.